Hello everyone. This is going to be a little different kind of a video. We're taking a little break from the build, a little break from the projects around here. We just got some very bad news the other day. Very heartbreaking news.
We actually got the news while we were in the middle of working on the house, and I found out that my dad passed away. If you've seen some of our last videos and some of the posts we made on social media, you know that he was living in the Philippines and he got sick with COVID and he was hospitalized with a stroke from COVID. I actually wasn't sure if I even wanted to talk about this or just kind of leave it a private matter, but I decided to just take a moment and talk about it. One, I think just for myself. You know, I'm the kind of person that it's not really easy for me to express my emotions. I tend to kind of bottle things up. I think it's probably more healthy for me to just try to talk about it and kind of get some things off my chest.
I know for one it's never easy making a video like this, but I know that when my mom passed away, I really felt the need to say something. I made a video similar. I really think just talking about it just gets those feelings out there and really helps to kind of heal.
But also, I wanted to talk to you guys and let you know what's going on. I mean, what we're trying to do here is just share our experiences, all of them good and bad, and just trying to be honest and open about what we're going through.
We put our lives out there, we share our lives, and it's not just about projects, it's how we live, it's our life, and we're gonna put it out there as it is.
So I want to talk a little bit about what happened, give some of the details. I know people have some questions about what happened to my dad. One of them being why he was in the Philippines. And I know some people are asking if he was in the military, if he had been stationed there or something. My dad was in the Navy for a short time, and that was before I was born. But that's not the reason that he was living in the Philippines. When my parents were divorced, my dad really struggled after that. He was very lonely for many years. Then he met a woman online, and she was a Filipina. She lived in the Philippines, and they kind of had a long-distance relationship for quite a while. And then eventually, about 8 years ago, he moved to the Philippines and he married her. And he had been living there since then. I think he was quite happy. He found someone who cared about him and a good person, good family. So he was surrounded by caring people, and I was really thankful for that. I think he was happy there. I know another question that people probably have is, how did he get sick? How did he get COVID? Was he unvaccinated? And the answer is he actually did get the vaccine. And I'm not quite familiar with how that all works in the Philippines. I know in the US, we were able to get the vaccine fairly quickly and get that distributed. In some other countries, it was a little more difficult, but my dad did get the vaccine in June, and he got the second dose toward the beginning of July. Unfortunately, you know, it takes, I believe, about a couple weeks to get the full immunity from that, and he actually contracted the virus before that. And this whole thing, it seemed like it went really fast. His wife contacted me and told me that he was very sick and that she was going to take him to the hospital. And he was admitted. He had a CT scan that showed he had a stroke. He had a chest x-ray that showed he had pneumonia. And things just went downhill from there. So shortly before he died, his oxygen level dropped really low. He lost his pulse. They were able to revive him at that time, and they needed to put him on a ventilator. But really wasn't long after that he passed away. So that's been difficult. But on top of that, I learned that he didn't have health insurance there, and I don't know why, but because of that, all the hospital bills had to be paid out of pocket. The hospital was asking for advance payment, and that's been a huge stress. I know it's been stressful for us. It's been very stressful for his wife, who's been there the whole time by his side. So for the hospital stay, for all the tests, the medicines, the treatment, the bills have racked up to over 10,000 US dollars. It would be nice if at this point we could just lay my dad to rest and be able to mourn and grieve and just try to move through this. Unfortunately, there's this financial burden that's kind of hanging over our heads. So that's why we started GoFundMe fundraiser to help pay for these medical bills. Just been really difficult for my dad's wife and, you know, her kids and grandkids that she has. That shouldn't be a burden on them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how things work in the Philippines, but it seems like this hospital is really just kind of harassing his widow about these financial obligations, and I don't know what she's obligated for. It has to be incredibly hard to deal with the loss of a spouse, but then have to deal with this hospital coming after you for these bills and have that financial obligation of with an obscene amount of money. That's just even unheard of in the Philippines.
Yeah.
For a poor Filipino family.
For a lot of Filipinos, that's a lot of money. I mean, it's a lot of money here. I know medical costs for uninsured people would probably be a lot more here, but still $10,000. I mean, we don't have that. We did try to send what money we could, but it's a lot, and it's way more than they can afford there.
So many of you have already put out so much money to help out with this, to help with his medical costs when he was in the hospital. And that kind of generosity is just amazing, to help out a person you don't even know halfway across the world. So amazing, this community and what you've been able to do to help out. We are going to leave that GoFundMe up to try and see if we can get a bit more money to help the financial burden of his widow. It's just the least we can do.
Yeah, it's not right for her to go through that, especially at this time. So really, I just wanted to share kind of what we've been going through recently. You know, this virus has been really devastating for some people. A lot of people all over the world have really been impacted in some really terrible ways. So I do think we need to be good to each other, be good to ourselves, and please, I hope you all stay safe and take care, and want to thank you all from the bottom of our hearts for all the love and support that you've shown us. This has been a really difficult year for us, and I don't know how we would have gotten through it without all the love and support that you've shown us. It's really been amazing. So thank you so much.
Your love and support has just been amazing. We could never have dreamed or imagined this kind of support when doing this kind of thing. So thank you.